I think that's the healing part of this conversation, is that we will heal as a church, because I do believe the Black church has a lot of healing to do. We will heal as a church, as a community, when we really allow people to be their whole self in community with us, and really understand that that's how Jesus saw people, as their whole self. He didn't, well, you got this issue, that issue, so I'm not saving you, I'm not healing you, I'm not going to deliver you. But he saw the whole individual. As a matter of fact, he actually uses that word now from, there's a translation that says you are free from sin, but there's other translation that says that you are whole again, right? And so, so I can go off on that, but about wholeness. But
you say something really powerful right there. If these pastors would think about the target that was on Jesus' back because of his boldness to love everybody. And some of these Black pastors
people in their wholeness.
Yeah, some of these pastors, and I'm going to just say Black pastors because I've come across so many, they're cowards. Because in their office, I will sit with them. Donta, you know I really ain't got no problem with no gay people. But I can't say that from the pulpit.
And that's not okay.
Well, don't be my closet friend. Sit with me at the brunches when we're out in public. Don't just know me in private. Don't just call me when you have a young gay man that tested positive for HIV. Let me call Donta, come in, No, let's be, if we're going to be cool, let's be cool. Right, but it's a lot of pastors, they don't want to take the bullet for what they know is humanly right to do. Because they feel if I take the bullet, if I show that I'm fully supportive of this community that we've been conditioned to believe are hell-bound and ostracized, then the church may disappear. But I'm looking like, well, where's your trust in God? Because that's not your church anyway. It's God's church.
And I have discovered in my openness, not pushback from the church or the community, but I'm not gonna say celebration, but a thank you. Like, we appreciate that you are open to love everybody, right? Because we know this, within our families is a little bit everything. All of our families is a little bit everything. And so helping people understand they don't have to hate their cousin or their nephew. They don't have to hate I knew one woman, I had to get her to a place of, no, love your son, that's your son. Don't listen to what people are telling you how to feel about him, love your son. And me talking with her over time, helping to help them mend that relationship has made their family unit stronger. She was holding on to a false theology, bad Bible teaching, and it was ruining her family.
Oh, say that again. Bad Bible teaching.
Bad Bible teaching, bad theology, and it was ruining her family all in the name of God and Jesus. And I'm all God, I'm all Jesus, but I also hear, I see Jesus talk more about loving, serving others than he talks about, and money. Those are three things that Jesus talked about more: serving, helping, and finances are talked more about than hating and disregarding people. The Bible is very clear that there's a priority with God and with Jesus' ministry on how we care about each other. And that's one thing I'm constantly trying to help our church to reframe, is that the Bible deals more with, even when you think about the 10 Commandments, the majority of the 10 Commandments is all about how I treat you. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't covet, right?
Don't kill.
And there's only a couple of the 10 Commandments that talks about God. Don't have no other God before me.
That's it.
Don't worship no other God. But the other is about how I treat you. Don't kill, don't lie, don't steal, don't covet, you know what I'm saying? And so this, how I love and how we care about each other, is really God's priority.
But I even think, unfortunately, that the word love has been misconstrued.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so misconstrued.
I
love you.
Yeah.
I love you. But baby, you got to. But then, you done said two things just now.
You love me and hate me at the same time. Yeah.
So, and I think that's important, which is why in the back of my book, the second part of my book, it has lived stories. It has testimonies from the men that I interviewed.
Good.
So I interviewed Black gay men who were actively involved in traditional Black churches. So these were either musicians, choir directors, some ministers, but they're actively involved. And I was intentional about not getting people who were in progressive ministries or affirming. I wanted to know, why are you still in that traditional church? Why are you still there? And the stories of, well, what I'm gonna do on Sunday? My grandma go there. You know, and she cooks after church. If you don't go to church, you don't get to go to grandma's house.
You no greens.
You don't do that. Are the other ones? This pays my bills. I'm a musician. You know, the progressive churches aren't big enough to pay me the $2,000 a week. Whatever. So I go to churches where I'm gonna make money, and I have to tune out those messages of hate and this. I gotta tune it out.
Wow.
And you, pastor, you know I'm gay. I'm sitting right here.
Why would you?
You know, why would you preach like that, knowing that I am
sitting
playing? You're
here.
playing your building your choir. You know, you're calling all of us. You know, we're abominations. If we all leave, sir, it's gonna be real quiet. Real quiet, real quiet. So the testimonies that are in there, the second half of the book is all about lived experience, and then I close it out with just some tools, and some things that I need pastors to just have the conversation. Have the conversation. And one thing I love about my pastor, Bishop W. Todd Irvin Sr., Church One Ministries in Long Beach. You know, come on and join us. Bishop Irvin. Bishop Irvin was homophobic, and he will tell you publicly, I was homophobic. And I was there under his leadership, but at that time I was straight.
I got you.
You know, and then I left and found myself and said, Lord, what's going on?
And that's a whole story.
What's going on, Lord? Because I'm losing my mind trying to fit into this box, and I know I don't fit. Well, when I went back to the church, Bishop asked me to come back, and I said, okay, but you got to know.
Come back as my whole
This
self.
is who I am. And he looked at me and says, okay, well, let's talk about it. And for 2 years, he and I talked privately about his understandings of homosexuality. I'm like, my understanding of homosexuality. We dissected the word. Sometimes we agreed, we disagreed, we fought, we did all. It was beautiful. And we landed on a shared space.
I love it.
Of like, well, this is what we gonna do to make sure the body of Christ is to move forward.
And I love that you land on a shared space. And I'm hoping when you say there's tools, like your tools will help pastors land on a shared space with others within their congregations and their community. That's good.
And I think that the plus about me, which is why I'm one of the main people to call if you are a pastor struggling with how to navigate this, is that I have the empathy to understand why you believe what you believe and why your approach is the way it is.
Because you're very kind to us.
I'm not gonna come in and browbeat you. I'm patient because I get it. If you've had stuff poured into you from people that you trust, you know, well, I can't go against what my great bishop told me. So what does your heart say? You know, so I sit and I get it. I totally get it. And I'm like, well, let's talk. Let's just talk. Get to know Donta. Because I'm more than just gay. I'm educated. Get to know me.
I am the doctor.
Let's talk about this and let me help you get a better understanding. Again, I'm not trying to change your theological belief. But I'm trying to get you to understand that your church is filled with everybody. And it needs to be a safe space where people can come and worship. And that is from your ushers all the way down. Because one thing churches will say, come as you are. We welcome everybody. You know, it's not your clothes, it's your soul. All these catchphrases. You know, this is a safe space to love, whatever. But then we get there. I can get there as a gay person, and your pastor can be welcoming of gays, but your usher is mean as all get out. I don't feel safe. Because the first person I met was rude and ornery. My gayness aside, my gayness aside, your church it's not safe for straights or gays. It's a mean place.
At the front door.
It's mean. So we got a lot of unpacking to do.
I love it.
A lot of unpacking, a lot of traditions to dismantle, and really get to a place where we're gonna be welcoming of wholeness and total healing.
Let me ask you a question, because you brought up traditions and dismantling traditions, and I think that's a hard place for a lot of people, Donta, is dismantling traditions. So when you say that, are you saying get rid of all the traditions, or are you saying there's a space where we can maintain some traditions and then make some shifts and create new paradigms.
Yes, the
because I think when people hear, get rid of or let go of some traditions, it sounds too much for some people. Like you're saying, get rid of everything that made us who we are as the Black church, and that's too hard for people.
No, don't do that. No, because I think the Black church is the core of the Black community. Yeah. And a lot of blacks are trying to say, no. I don't care who you are. If you Black, something about your existence in America is tied into the Black church. I don't care what your belief is. If you've walked away, something in you is still synced to the Black church. So no, the traditions of the Black church are beautiful, but there is still some truths and mistruths that we're holding on to that keeps us locked in this space where we cannot advance. It is time for us to advance. We have a Gen Zers, they're not coming back.
Listen, we started this year, January started they call that the Alpha generation. Started it this year. And they're growing up much different than Gen Z.
Totally different. Totally different. And when you have older people in the church that are bashing the young kids for coming without a Bible, it's like, no, the Bible's on their phone, Nana.
Nana?
They don't have the big hard book that we autograph, and it's the same word. They just have their phones. You think they're texting the whole service? They're not. They're taking notes off what pastors say.
And they are also, what I found out is they're also fact checking. Like I can't tell you, and I don't want to get off the book, but just side note, I can't tell you the number of times I've been in conversation with young adults, and as you're talking, they're like, how do you spell that? And they're like, oh yeah, that's true. And you're like, well, did you just fact check me?
I don't trust you. I don't trust nobody.
They quick to fact check.
They will fact check.
If you mention a book, mention a person's name, mention an event. My nephew did it one time. We were talking about something. He was like, on his phone, he's like, oh yeah, auntie, it said, and I was like, did you just fact check me, But
which is important because this book is I'm holding us accountable with facts and data and research. I'm holding us accountable to the effects of faith-based sexual exclusion. People are being mentally traumatized because they're being excluded from the place they want to go to. So this is proven data of people.
And I appreciate that you said you've done the research, the proven data, because some people don't believe until they it's not just narrative, which is also very important, but there's some data behind it. And so where can clergy get the book? How do they connect with you for consultation? And would this be a good book for Bible study or a class within the ministry? Like how would you recommend a clergy or a church or pastor to use the book within the congregation?
I would recommend, for one, to get the book, you can go to my website, Donta Morrison, Donta. I didn't choose the spelling. My mother, bless my mama. DontaMorrison.com, and you can see my book, Faithful and Forgotten. It's in hard copy, paperback, ebook, and on Audible. So you can be driving down the street listening to, it's no excuse for accessing my book. So if you go to my website and get it, you'll get an autographed copy because I'll be the one mailing it out. So it will be signed directly to you. So you'll get an autographed copy of that. If you don't want to go to my website, you can always just go to Amazon. Just go to Amazon.com, type in Donta Morrison. All my books will come up.
Nice.
But yeah, for this book, I would really love to see pastors, if they want me to even come and navigate the conversation.
Absolutely.
And just talk about it.
Church.
Yeah, I will come and navigate it and talk about it because pastors, and you brought up Gen Z, Gen Alpha. This is prepare yourself, Black church. This is a very fluid generation. They're very fluid.
Very fluid.
And by fluid, it means they are just open and they're like water. They're going whatever. So your word has to be true. And it has to be palatable for them. Because if they are getting more love from their gay friends or the gay parents of their straight friends than they're getting in their own homes, in their own churches, they're not going to come back. They're gonna feel love the way they feel they need to feel it, and if it's not coming from their place of worship, they're gonna find it elsewhere. Similarly to the to the LGBTQ youth that you are kicking out of your churches, and then when they become traumatized, they're gonna find love in other ways, and those ways may not be the most beneficial. It'll be through sex, random sex, just to be told I love you. It can be through drugs to cope, alcohol to cope. It can be through all kind of negative experiences that goes against every single thing that you've taught them biblically. But once you found out they were gay, get out. So now they don't have a trust in the church. They don't have a trust in their pastor, and they're questioning God.
Everything.
God, why would you put this calling upon my life? Why would you put this anointing upon my life? Why don't you give me this voice to sing unto you if I cannot use it in your house?
And that's been my fear, Donta. I'm going to be honest with you. My fear is I don't ever want to be the person that causes someone to walk away from their relationship with God, right? Like, I can handle scrutiny from people. I can handle scrutiny from denominations. I can handle people talk about me on Facebook, Instagram, all the things, right? I can handle all that. But what I absolutely don't want to be is I don't want God to say, listen, you messing with my children.
Right.
And my babies.
Right.
You know, I don't want to
And he'll call you by name.
Yeah, I don't want to be the person that causes anybody to say, I give up on God. Walk away from God. I don't want that role or responsibility. And so that has been a big part of, not the only part, but a big part of even me as a pastor, just really being clear about how I flow and how I operate with openness. To the LGBTQIA community, but also to everybody, right? Like, you know, whatever you come in with. Because what I'm not going to be, what I don't want to be, is I don't want to be the person that you say, I went to her church, she preached a sermon, and I walked out there and I gave up on God. No, man, I'm not dying with that I'm not dying with that blood on my hands.
And I think that just by you saying that,
no, I'm not,
I think that'll be an amazing conversation for us to start with just pastors.
Because I know too many people. I've met too many people. To your point, how you've interviewed young men, I've met too many people who have walked away from God. Really, they walk away from the church, but as a result, walk away from the church, walk away from God, because somebody preached a word or gave us Bible study or said something in service, and it crushed them. And so they said, okay, well, God doesn't love me. God doesn't want me. And they walk away.
It broke their spirit.
Broke them. And I don't want that on me. And so God, deal with me so I have clarity. But also, you know, at any point, I'm not operating out of love. Check me.
So I think it'd be great. And because you say that as a pastor, I think it'd be great if you're watching.
Those that are watching.
Right, those that are watching. It'd be great to host a pastor's roundtable. Exclusively for pastors. Okay. Because what I have
Give
learned
me an
about
assignment now.
what I've learned about pastors specifically is that they want to be the smartest one in the room.
Listen.
That's one. They're
There's no value in
very ego driven, but they also feel safer talking about these kind of issues amongst their co-laborers.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, to do this at a church where the pastor's there and his congregants are there, he may feel a little iffy, like, well, I can't 100% agree with Donta because I don't know who's in the audience. But if we have a closed door session where it's just pastors, and we talk about the book, talk about what's in the book, talk about the shared stories, and really put it out there, Pastor, what do you think about that? What can we do? Right. How do we hold each other accountable to make sure that we're really creating safe spaces for worship? And I believe that's why God still has me in the traditional black church, because these conversations need to be curated in a healthy and safe way, because pastors are people too.
Absolutely.
And they don't know it all. They are winging it.
Even if they say
they're winging it just like the rest of us. They like waiting on God to speak, you know, just sitting there trying to be smart, but God really ain't spoke. But I think God has spoken to a lot of them, but they feel alone, you know, in their, well, God told me gays are okay and to love the gays, but what do you tell Juju? Because she ain't said nothing yet. I'm waiting on this one to say something. Because I don't by myself out here. And I think that round table, we may discover that a lot of y'all are on the same page, but have been too scared to come forward and be honest about it.
Wow. Okay, challenge accepted.
Yeah, so let's make that
challenge
happen.
Accepted.
We'll start in LA and do a road show with it.
We're gonna do a road show. Faithful and Forgotten, navigating race, sexuality, and belonging in the Black church. Donta Morrison, PhD.
Yes.
Dr. Donta,
yes.
I am looking forward to getting deeper into this. And I, having known you for many years and to see you now at this place, doing what you do,
right.
and having this completed, I'm excited as not just as a friend, but as a fan. Because I'm I'm a fan of what you do, a fan of your consistency in your work. But now I found that you got a bunch of other stuff happening with your whole self. So real quick, before we round this up, tell the people, you got anything coming up that they need to be a part of?
Yes, so I am the co-owner of a streaming platform called Watch Vim, WATCHVIM. I'm a writer, producer, director, and actor. So if you go to Watch Vim, it's similar to Netflix, Tubi. Y'all know y'all love y'all some Tubi. Come on over to Watch Vim. You will see all the content that we curate. It's a lot of it is really LGBTQ focused.
Okay.
But my latest movie called Franklin is my first feature that I wrote, produced, and directed on my own. And it's really talking about the experience of a young black gay boy as he navigates dealing with the trauma brought on by his mother, who's a woman of faith.
I got you.
And does not want a gay son. But it's well acted. It stars Eric Devante and Tangi Ambrose. And they give a powerful performance about just the journey that they go towards some kind of reconciliation within their mother-son relationship. We have other movies on there. One is called 30, and 30 is based upon my life, my personal life. I have 2 books prior to Faithful and Forgotten. Both of those are nonfiction. They are a little gutter because before I became a scholar, I wrote real works, so they're a little colorful. And
proceed with caution.
So if you a saint, pray for watching. But 30 really just unpacks my life and my journey, and then we have a lot of other content on there. Some I've been in, some I've helped to produce and direct and whatever. But check out Black Owned.
I love it.
It's owned by 3 black gay men. We're trying to make it do what it do. Thank you. So that's my baby. Watch
I love
Vim.
it. Watch Vim. So y'all go and download Watch Vim.
It's only $5 a month.
Come on.
And you know us, $5. $5.
And let's support. Let's not just talk about it. Let's be about an off support. Listen, what are you doing in the community? Because I know you're not only you're a scholar, an author. You've got the business, social entrepreneur, but you're also heavily involved in the community. What's happening in and around LA? And my last question to you, as we wrap this up, is the current administration. It's doing I know. It's doing a lot.
Well, the gay side finna come out. Girl.
The current administration is doing a lot.
Yes.
In the work that you do in community, are you all feeling that? Yes. How are you feeling it? What has that been like these last and we've only been in this presidency in this 7 months, if that.
Barely 7.
7 months.
So I work predominantly in the field of HIV, prevention, treatment, research. And over the last 6 months, it has been just this villainous attack on the HIV funding. So a lot of organizations that were really established to create HIV testing programs, treatment programs, they have been either defunded or had their monies severely cut, so they cannot provide the communities that need it most with the services they need. You couple that in with all the Medicare, all those budget cuts, coupled with what ICE is doing. So you have people of Latin origin living with HIV,
but they're not coming outside.
They're not going to come outside. They're not going to come to the clinic. And when they get to the clinic that they need doesn't have the money to support the need. So this administration has just done a nasty work. A nasty work. They've defunded a lot of money for suicide programs for LGBTQ youth. To not have anybody to call. And we talk about the churches. You kicked out of church, you're feeling suicidal. Let me call a support line that's now deactivated.
And let me say to people that don't think those support lines work, they work.
They work.
I have walked a number of people through getting assistance on the support lines because they'll let you help someone and then you turn things over to them. Those support lines are major. And it's not just people think, it's
it's just a phone number.
No, people really do make these calls when they're by themselves alone or they're scared or they're going through it. And so that's
it's a lot. And I know for for people of color, when they hear HIV, they instantly go to gay.
I got you.
Well, that's the gay community. Yeah. Let them deal with all that. Let them deal with all that. But it's not the gay community. Yeah. And that's why I talk about intersectionality, because it hits me as well. Yeah. So what has taken place over the last 6 months has just been catastrophic, to say the least. It affected all aspects of me. I lost a job because of federal funding, budget cuts. So I was out of work for 6 months, because the field that I work in, it was just gutted. So how do you handle that? You know, how do you exist knowing that, well, can I get a job again? I just lost my job with a one pen swipe of this millionaire. It's hard. And then imagine if I did not have a safe space to call church, to go to just worship and vent and whatever.
And pray.
If you're by yourself, the mental trauma is it's a lot. And the last part real quick, when we did the whole Target thing, people were like, Donta, you still going to Target? I'm like, well, okay, fine. As a black person, fine, I won't go. I said, but y'all remember when people was dogging out Target for Pride Month, and Target was supporting Pride Month, and y'all like, no, ban Target, ban Target, ban Target. Well, that was a part of me. So you were banning a part of me during Pride Month. And now that Target is tripping on y'all,
now
I need to be black. So now I'm black. But when I'm gay, y'all ignore everything that they're doing to the gay community.
But when I'm black,
now I got to get out there and link arms with y'all. Well, you know I'm still gay, linking arms with you. So that's why intersectionality is so important in understanding the whole person. Because you can honestly be alienating an individual who could be your best ally. And you're kicking them to the curb because of one part of them that you don't understand. You know, and I think that's what we do the disservice as humans. We just do a disservice. So yes, this administration has done a lot of just stuff that affects people that I know personally, that affected me, and I want it to end. You know, I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God. Like, Lord, where's the lesson in all of this? Because that's the question. I thought after COVID, we would come together stronger and more unified, especially the church. The churches were shut down, doors closed. When them doors open, we gonna have church. But the traditions came back. The traditions came back. The old way of thinking was still there. There was no evolve. After surviving a pandemic, there was no evolve. And I wrote my dissertation during COVID.
Absolutely.
I was writing my chapter 4 and chapter 5 during COVID. My father died of COVID during my chapter 3.
Whoa, I didn't
so
know
this
that.
book was written as my father
and the influence of all of your pain and your trauma.
Yes. My father succumbed to COVID as I was writing this. And I'm like, okay, on the other side of this pandemic, I know we gonna all be better. And I'm looking like, here we are.
Where's the better?
Where's the better?
Where's the better?
Where's the better? God, where are you?
Where is it better?
You know, so yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and we can keep unpacking, but I want everybody to get the book.
Get the book.
Just get the book. Read the book. Let's talk. Don't be scared to reach out. Don't be scared to make me your gay friend. You know, don't be scared. Don't be scared.
And let me say this for those that are watching. Donta is an amazing preacher.
Thank you.
You've preached for us a couple of times. And when I was at St. James, at Word of Encouragement, great preacher, and now a great author.
Thank you so much.
So go to DontaMorrison.com. Get the book. If you need consultation or just a meeting for your church, reach out, contact Dr. Donta Morrison. But challenge accepted. I'm going to develop that roundtable conversation.
Get the roundtable with some pastors.
And let's get some people together.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts, Donta?
Just really honestly, thank you. Thank you. Because it's such a sensitive topic. Some people are uncomfortable. I got you. And I get it. But I commend you for being clergy and open to have this conversation. And I commend all clergy that stayed tuned and watched throughout this conversation. But it's so important. I can't stress enough how we have to shift our approach to LGBTQ Christians.
Our approach. I like that. Shift our approach.
There are so many beautiful, amazing gay Christians who are just unwelcomed. And it has to change.
And you would think 2025 we'd be past that, but we are not.
We're not. And the thing about it, my book is only talking about the men.
Right.
We ain't even talking about lesbians.
Listen.
This is just the men.
Yeah,
this is stories of gay men.
Yeah.
The lesbian journey is totally different, and then we get to the transgender experience.
Oof.
Totally different.
Totally different.
So this is stages.
This is the beginning.
This is stages. But if we can just let's just climb this one step, this one rung on the ladder, and then we'll get to the next. You know, and it takes courage, and it's going to take you to be courageous to start these conversations. So don't miss an opportunity to really be a blessing to God's children.
Right. Amen. Now let me say this last thing. I know I said last thing was last thing, but this one last thing.
This is what y'all do.
This last thing is the last thing.
Point.
You have been traveling the world.
Yes.
You've traveled to Africa. You traveled to Jamaica. You've traveled to a few India. Yeah. Yes. You've been traveling lately. Have you taken your work with you? Have you spread the gospel with your word with you? Are you taking your work with you?
Not yet. Okay. Not this one. But in India, I did talks about HIV.
Okay.
Because I was working with women who were living with HIV. Okay. And amazingly enough, they thought we had the cure in America. And I had to let them know. Yeah. No translator, tell them no cure in America.
There's more drama.
Yeah, no cure in America. But my goal is to get to Africa. You know, I've been to Ghana, you know, and I can't wait to go back. But I really want to have these conversations. Sadly, Ghana is not LGBTQ affirming.
No, they're not. It's actually illegal.
But they treat Americans differently.
Yeah,
they treat Americans differently. But these conversations have to happen, and I do have conversations on social media with gays in Ghana to let them know I'm rooting for y'all. I'm with y'all. I'm praying for y'all. But we gotta shift it because all of this is really rooted in white supremacy.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just white supremacy.
Faithful and Forgotten: Navigating Race, Sexuality, and Belonging in the Black Church. Thank you, Dr. Donta. We appreciate you. Get the book, support the work, and we look forward to having that roundtable conversation.
Yes.
And we look forward to connecting with you. So please make sure to connect with Dr. Donta and get the book.
Get the book.
Get the book and have these conversations in your churches, in your homes. It is the topic of the hour, and we don't want to be behind. Thank you for joining us on People's Mic with your girl, Dr. Najuma, and we'll be back for another episode. Thank you and goodbye.